or when you are developing the plant schedule or the plant list, which in this case I put on a layout sheet, you need to be working in model space, and here is the plant schedule over on the right. There are some tools that can help you select the appropriate species and manipulate the placement of symbols and selection of plants in the design. The first of these is if we edit the plant list. The list itself can be sorted. You can sort in alphabetic order of botanical names, which is currently done, but you can also sort on common names. Both up and down sorts are possible. You can also sort on type. So if we wanted to place some annuals in this design in a patch, there they are at the top of the list. If we reverse that, if we wanted to choose some species for a vertical garden in this design, there they are. And tufted grasses, tall trees, strappy grasses and so on are all here. Well, that sorting, of course, is just done by clicking at the top of the column. Alongside type, I click once, we get sort in one direction, click again, we sort in the opposite direction. So all of the columns in here, even the custom column, can be sorted in different ways, or the cost column. In this instance, there's no data in those columns. So let's OK that. So we can use our plant database file that's attached to the drawing in that way. Once you have assigned species, and you assign a species by using gCADPlus plant schedules and set data to a plant. Well, let's pick this ground cover planting in this zone here, and gCADPlus set data to a plant. And what we then want to do is just scroll across here to type, and let's sort that and see if we can sort and find a ground cover species. So I'm just sorting, and I need to go down to G, ground cover, and then scroll back here. So here are my ground cover. Brachycomb multifida is a very delicate little daisy ground cover, and so I'll say OK, right click to finish. Now when I pick that symbol, and if I drag this down here, there's the tag. We know that that particular plant symbol has been assigned. We also have a, let me just zoom out a little, we also have a tool in here to say show symbols with names, and what this does is show us all of the symbols. We're trying to make sure we've got everything tagged, and you'll notice just a little black line through there, and if I hit escape and pick that symbol under there, notice that there is no plant species name associated with it. So that tool is really, really useful. You've also got the ability to search for a symbol with a name. So if we're looking for one, we know we've tagged it, we want to know where it is, maybe we want to reassociate, I'll just turn that warning off, reassociate that symbol with another species. We'd say show symbols with names, they all have names, but we want to search for a symbol. Now a search plant box pops up, and we could say Dianella, which is the flax lily, or just type flax here and then hit OK or enter, and that gives us every instance of that particular species gets highlighted. We can also view the current plant list. This is the list of some, what have we got, some 13 species taken from the enormous list in the attached GCP file. These are the ones that have been lifted from the plant database file and put into this particular drawing. So you can use that to see how you are going with your schedule. It's also possible with gCADPlus to search for a particular tag. So if you wanted to know the tag, let's zoom in here, that was associated with that one there, we click it, and if you notice down in just above the command area, it's coded as BTMU. If we pick it though, it's much easier to see the code in the properties box on the left hand side of the screen. Let's look here, see what else we have. We have the Smart Label tool, which we've dealt with in another recent movie, and you could apply a code to the center of all selected symbols. Again, we've dealt with that in a recent movie. Or it's now time to update the plant schedule. Now let's just leave that for the moment and zoom back out. The plant schedule is over here, and it clearly doesn't have 13 species in it. So we can say gCADPlus and update that schedule, and the schedule is now updated with the current total of each particular plant used. There's the plant symbol, botanical name, common name, code, and the total, and that will be reflected in the layout for the drawing. So I hope you can see that the tools in the plant schedules and lists, all of these tools here enable you to manage and deal with issues associated with the plant schedule. If you take, for the sake of argument, Brachycomb multifida, we have 2 of them, and if we come back here, we know that it's sitting in this area here. We might decide to remove that plant which we had not tagged, and so we'll delete it, and this tag here is our Brachycomb multifida. Let's imagine we want to copy it from here and pop it up there, and if we then update our schedule, and we'll scroll across over here, and you'll see that there are now 3 instances of that particular species. So the update schedule tool is something you should run just before you print your design off.